Hi everyone, this is Stacy and welcome to my channel. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's been a while since I have given you updates on my succulents in the veranda area as well as in the garage area. So I think it's more than 10 days already that I have not given an update. So today I'll give you an update and we'll start here in my veranda area. So this is my big pot or my latest propagation of my Graptopetalum urinase, Graptopetalum ellen, and Graptopetalum melissae. So as you can see, most of my propagation that has been made on this long path has become dry and most of them is sunburned. So they were not able to survive the heat index here in my area in Silang, Cavite because we reach up to 39 degrees, 36, sometimes it's 34. So it's really hot that I was not able also to make some video because the phone that I am using to video my succulents is alarming because of too much heat, so it cannot take the heat coming from the sun. So the pot is unruly propagated just this month. So I am hoping that the succulents here that I have propagated here will survive. I know it will because Cryptopetalum succulents are easy to propagate and they are very easy to grow. So the next spot that we have is our Cryptopetalum ellen. If you would see, there are no edema on the leaves of the Cryptopetalum ellen. Why? Because edema appears only when they got too much water. So right now, it's summer, so I barely water them. But I have realized that I have to water them once a week, but in 2 consecutive nights. So what do I mean with that? So if I water today or tonight, I do water them during nighttime because I want the soil mix to be really cooled down before I give them water in order to avoid root rot and stem rot. Because if they are still hot, the soil mix and even the stem, they are dying. So that's what I have observed in my succulent during this summertime. So they are really, really dehydrated, just like the sedum adobe. Look how dehydrated this was. And some of them was not able to survive some of my propagation. So look how dehydrated they are. So in order to cope up with the too much heat that they are getting from the sun, because here in my veranda area, it's a rain or shine area where there is no roof, no net, no UV plastic, no roof. So meaning they are totally exposed to full sunlight from morning to afternoon. So what I did for them to recover from the dehydration they are getting from too much heat from the sun is that if I water them tonight, the next time or the next day, I will still give them water. So I water them once a week, but with 2 consecutive nights. So that's how I keep my succulents hydrated here in the veranda area because I have observed that starting April, when I water them only for one night, it's like the next morning when I check them, it's totally dry again. So even I full water them, meaning when I say full water them, the water is really dripping from the pot, from the bottom of the pot. So full water is like bottom watering. So the next day, the next morning when I try to check the soil, it's dry again. So I think they were not able to drink up that much of water. So I have decided to give them more water and to let them drink as much as they can by watering them on 2 consecutive nights. So I think that's one method that that my succulent was able to survive here in the Saranda area. As you can see, there are no so much casualties Although most of them are dehydrated and some of my propagation will burn because of too much heat. So, but most of my succulents here are still well. So I am hoping that they will continue to survive because I do not know until when will the summer be here in the Philippines. So for those who do not know and that are new to my channel, I live here in Sri Lanka, Philippines. So I have also encountered one problem with my succulent, which is easy, or I recommend for the beginners because it's easy to propagate and take care. The problem with this succulent is that just like the other succulents, it's really hard. So you would notice there are lots of black ants there. So last night when I watered them for 2 consecutive nights, I have noticed there are mealybugs, although I sprayed already some isopropyl alcohol, 70%. So, and because of too much heat, look what happened to the stem. It's being cooked and it bent down. So that is also one of the problems with my succulents now during summertime. The stem is being cooked because they store too much water. And if there's too much heat, it's like they're cooking the stem of the succulent. That's how would I describe it. Just like this one. See? But some of the stems are okay. And some was able to produce babies or offset on the stem in spite of the too much heat they are getting from the sun. So it really depends on the each stem or each rosette of the succulent. So the next pots are the my propagation pot, which was propagated this month, also this month of April. So I have exposed them here in the veranda area already, together with the other pots. Look at closely. You would see the sunburn on the leaves, right? And it is not really rooted, but it can survive here in the veranda area in spite of too much heat because I do not have enough space in the garage already to put them because I have lots of propagation pots there. Later you will see. So they are okay, the aloes especially because they can really thrive. The hybrid aloes, they are really thriving and they can really survive the too much heat that they are receiving from the sun. So on this side, they are okay, although there are some sunburn on the leaves. There are also aloes there. So my Murasaki got stem rot in spite of I'm not watering them that much. Maybe because of the too much heat, the stem is being cooked. And this is what happened to the leaves of the some of my aloes. They really drink up from their bottom leaves in order to survive the too much heat that they are getting from the sun. But most of them are surviving the summertime. Look what happened to some, and look how many dry leaves was was collected by the wind when it blows. But it's not really windy here in my area right now. Actually, right now it's already 9 o'clock in the morning. The sun is so hot already, and it's up. So although it's not windy and it's too hot already, I am so lucky that I was able to get or captured video right now because if I took the video at 10 o'clock, my phone will probably alarm because it cannot take the heat coming out from the sun. So I have decided to take this video early so I can share with you what's happening now here in my veranda area. So I watered my succulent for 2 consecutive nights. That means today is Friday, Good Friday. So I watered them starting Wednesday night. Ah, no, Thursday night. Ah, yes, Wednesday night and Thursday night. So 2 consecutive nights in order for them to drink up enough water. Because if I water them for only one night, they will not drink up enough water and they will really be going to get too small. They will not be going to recover the wrinkled leaves because they are not getting enough water. Because when you water them, it easily dry up because the potting mix is dried. So look at these succulents. They are really getting small. The rosette, they are losing so much leaves, especially in the bottom leaves. That's why I have decided to water them for 2 consecutive nights in order to cope up with the too much heat that they are getting from the sun. I don't have any casualty, a big casualty, I mean, or none of them. I don't see any of them died, or although some are thriving, but most of them are okay. Look at our Chloe. It was able to drink up enough water. Now it's already plump. And look at our pot thing. It's so colorful. It's getting too much sun from the heat, and it is what it loves. So it's like it's a family of sedum adolphi. That's why they love sun. Look at the Chloe. So I have already removed some of the dried leaves last night when I was watering them, but they are still left because they're still drinking from their bottom leaves. Even though it's so hot and I water them for 2 consecutive nights, it doesn't mean that I am overwatering them because they really dry up easily. So, because when it's not summer, when you water them during the night or in the afternoon, the next morning when you check their soil mix, it's still wet. But I have observed this summer when I water them nighttime, the next morning they are already dried. So that's that's how they are getting dehydrated by the heat of this summer. So for them to survive, I have to give them enough water. So even our propagation pot is trying to survive here in the veranda area in spite of the heat. Our newly propagated pot this year, so they are okay. Look at our sedum Adobe. So Adobe, this is golden glue. They really survive in spite some of them are dehydrated, but they bring out their very beautiful colors. Also the bill speaker. So this one, hmm, our habit here is surviving. Let's remove some. But even in spite of the too much heat, the weeds are still growing. So this is our Capillaria Marti, our Equiversa tree, and our lovely and colorful Arunpi. So soon I'll be cutting the big heads on top to propagate it again. We below we have our purple haze, our propagation of Patsy, our Choco Moonstone, Ghosty. Look at the Ghosty. On the first part that I have showed you on the video, the Ghosty there is the rosette is really full bloom. But on this side, it's trying to close its rosette because it cannot take the too much heat from the sun. So I also observed that whenever my succulent cannot take the too much heat from the sun, they are trying to close their rosette, especially the Echeveria type. They're doing that to protect themselves from the too much heat they're getting from the sun. So for my cactus that I have exposed here in my veranda area, they are producing lots of flower buds because they love sun. So they're trying to produce flower buds and produce flower as well. Look how dehydrated these two gymnocalcium. Although some are losing their stress colors, most of my succulents, as long as they are healthy, I'm fine with it without stress color. They're, it's, look at these succulents. The rosette is really closed, totally closed, it's like it's dormant. Because of the too much heat, it cannot take. So maybe it's better to remove this one here and transfer it here on this side. So this is how it looks like when it's fully bloom. But this is how it looks like when it's fully bloom, and this is how it looks like when it puts it too much sun, it's closed, it's rosette. So I have decided to transfer on this side the two pots in order for it to survive the summertime. So for the meantime, the two pots will stay there. So others are okay. If you would see there's still water on their set because I water it too much. I really water them so much. It's not moisty. It's really full water for 2 consecutive nights for them to survive. Look at our Captivia morphine. So look how they dehydrated. It was so dehydrated. So look at these fingers. It's losing its rosette because it cannot take the too much sun. But this love and war kind of agavoid, showing its beautiful stress color in spite of the too much hot it's getting from the sun. And our jade plant, who's trying to survive, and I guess it will survive although it's lose its stress color on the tips. So this is our peach candy. Look at what happened to this. So I don't know. I don't want to remove it from here. Let's see if it will survive. If it will not, let's just replace it. Look how many flower pods and offset does this gymnocolation give us. I don't think this one will survive, but let's see. Look. So most of the cactus in exposed here in my veranda area are really giving flower buds, even if they are small. This is our alpha beauty. So let's go to the next track. Look at this gymnocalcium variegated one. So this is my first time to expose this year my variegated gymnocalcium in a rain or shine area here in the veranda area where they get intense heat from coming from the sun from morning to afternoon. But look how big is the flower pods and how colorful they are. They're really very nice to look at. Although the pots of succulents at their back is, I think, struggling from the too much they're getting. But below on the next layer, we have the big agavoids aquamarine, fire pillar, purple champagne, and I think this is Beccia or purple champagne. I got confused. So this is our Echeveria kissing. If you would notice, it lose its stress color already, starting to lose the red color it has. So another agavoids. Below we have our prolifica, another agavoid. So look at this. It's losing its stress color too. So most of my succulents is really losing its stress color during summertime. But some, like the Adolphi and Golden Glow, Adolphi Golden Glow and the Pats Pink, they're showing their stress color and also the pink curls. Look at this. Very nice, right? So it really depends on the variety of the succulents that you have. Some succulents in the during summer they show off their stress colors, but most of them bring out their stress colors during the cold season or cold months, which is the bear months here in the Philippines. This is my golden barrel. So just like what I have said, I am happy even though they don't have the stress color. Look at our Echeveria silk bill. It's closing its rosette because of the too much heat they're getting from the sun. But our Luella is trying to show off the beautiful color. Our Hera is, I think, it's not in good condition. Look, there's still water on the rosette. And this is our Hera ones. Our very beautiful and stunning blue cloud, even though it doesn't have stress color, it's really beautiful with its perfect arena. Our Hero one, our Tito Band, Marble Gold, our Queen Violet, which is glows also, our Super Balm. So between Super Balm and Purple Delight, it's easy for me to grow Purple Delight, but not Super Balm. I don't know. They belong to the same family, but I'm really having a hard time of growing Super Balm here in my area, as well as the Murasaki. So I hope by doing the by watering them by 2 consecutive nights will hydrate them. I mean, they can drink enough water to restore their beauty and to survive the summertime because it's really getting hot. So after summertime here in the Philippines, we will be having rainy days. After getting dehydrated, they will be overwatered. So I'm hoping they can survive. Although most of them survive or already that kind of season for many years because I've been taking care of my succulents here in Silang Cavite, Philippines for 4 years already. So these are my hybrid aloes, the mother plants that I have. They are really colorful throughout the year as long as they get enough sunlight and they have their vibrant color during summer and cold months too. And below I have here the propagation pot. So that's how it is. And on this side I have the propagation pot of my cactus and my succulents also there on top. So look, this is what I'm telling you. Even they are really token sizes kind of cactus, they produce flower as long as they are getting enough sunlight. Look at this. There are you can consider them baby cactus, they are not matured enough. But because of too much heat they're getting from the sun, they produce flower buds and eventually bloom into a flower. So it is really important for us to propagate our succulents, cactus. Why? Because we do not know what will happen to the mother plant in time. It's like summer. We do not know if they will survive the summer or even the rainy days. So it's really important for us to propagate our succulent from time to time in order to save one kind or each variety of the succulent. So in this money tree on its spot, I have tried to propagate some of my succulents through leaf propagation. I just throw in their leaves, and if they grow, I'm so lucky. And here are my propagation pots. So I think my video would be too long for today. So I will be just updating you on the succulents in my garage area on Wednesday. So here are my propagation pots. They are okay. There's another one here and another set here. So this is the last part that I'm going to show you. This is my Madiba, my missing you, my beauty lily, my Romeo ruby, my Mira, boy, then Mussolini. So that's all my sharing for today. I think it's too long already. So thank you for watching. See you on Wednesday. See you on my next review. And God bless us all. Happy gardening, everyone. I hope all our succulents will survive this summertime. Bye.